Okay, for this final math review video, we're going to show you how to take a decimal and write it as a fraction, and a fraction and write it as a decimal. Well, the way that I say it, remember how I said it in class? If you can say it, you can probably write it. If we've got a decimal, say the number, not in the points, but say it in the words. Don't say 0.34, because that doesn't really help you. But ask yourself, okay, what place is this in? This goes out to the tenths, hundredths place. So this number is 34 hundredths. So 34 hundredths would be 34 over 100. Remember, it's kind of, if you can say it, you can probably write it. Now, this number here, 0.2, or 2, and what place is the 2 in? That's the tenths place. So it's 2 tenths, which would be 2 over 10. 2 tenths. Now, if I've got this one, 6.14. Remember when I'm saying it into words, what does that little decimal mean? What does the decimal mean? That's right. Decimal means and. So when I'm saying this word, it would be 6 and this goes out to the tenths hundredths place, 6 and 14 hundredths. So this would be a mixed number. 6, there's my whole number, and 14 hundredths, so 6 and 14 hundredths, just like that. And if you want to go backwards, well, it's kind of the same type of thing. 3 tenths, okay, 3 tenths would be, you have to put 3 in the tenths place, so 0.3, 3 in the tenths place. What about this one, 57 hundredths? Okay, well, we're just going to put 57 out to the hundredths place, 0.57. Now, remember, do we have to put the zeros in front of the decimal? You don't have to, but remember, by putting the 0 out in front, now I know for sure that that is a decimal point and not just a smudge on the piece of paper. So it's safer to put the 0 out in front of your decimal. Now, what about this one? 3/5. What happens if the decimal, if the fraction, isn't out of tens or hundreds? Well, the first thing you want to try to do is make it 3/5. Now, I can't put 3 in the fifths place because there isn't a fifths place. So what you want to try to do here is make it an equivalent fraction. See how easy it was when we had it out of 10? Well, if we don't have it out of 10, let's make it out of 10. Let's do an equivalent fraction. 5 times what is 10? We're multiplying by 2. We have to do the same thing to the numerator. So 3 times 2 is 6. 6 tenths. All right? Now, what about down here? 6/8. Can I do... Let's do this. 8 times what is 10? Nothing. I can't do 8 times something equals 10. Well, let's try 100. Can I do 8 times something as 100? Nope, unfortunately I can't do that either. If you have a fraction like 6/8 where you're not going to be able to do it, unfortunately we can't do it this way. And the shortcut, how do you take a fraction and turn it into a decimal? If you can't make an equivalent fraction, you're going to divide the numerator by the denominator. So the top numerator divided by the bottom denominator. So 6 divided by 8. Now you may look at that and say, whoa, 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 can't do that. 8 doesn't go into 6. I can't do the bigger number out here. But remember, sure you can. All we're going to do, 6 is the same as 6.0. So we'll extend this line a little bit. So, and remember, I'm going to bring the decimal point straight up. 8 goes into 60 how many times? That would be 7 times. 7 times 8 is 56. Next step would be subtract. And if I subtract 60 minus 56, I would get 4. And do I just put remainder 4? Nope. We're going to add another 0, because remember, I can add as many zeros as I want at the end of a decimal. And I'm going to bring that 0 down, and I'm going to do it again. 8 goes into 40 how many times? 5 times, because 5 times 8 is 40. If I subtract, I get 0. So there it is. There's my decimal. So if I go ahead and now get rid of this, 6 eighths as a decimal would be 0.75, and I'm going to put that 0 out in front, 0.75. Okay, so that is how we take fractions into decimals and decimals into fractions.